Hi everyone, this is Karen from Clear Pronunciation. In this lesson, we are going to look at the difference between ban and van. So it's important to understand the mouth position for these two sounds. Let's start with the b in ban. You can see that the lips have to come together. B. And then as you breathe out, they come apart, the air comes out, and that gives you the b in ban. This sound is actually really common in a lot of the world's languages, so this one tends not to be much of an issue. The more difficult sound is the v in van. Here you can see that the edge of the teeth, the top teeth, are touching the inside of the lower lip. V, van. And it's really important for this one that you do not let the two lips touch each other, otherwise you're just going to go straight back to ban. So if you're having some difficulty with that, then try to think of the f sound in the word fine. The f sound is actually made in exactly the same mouth position, with the edge of the top teeth touching the inside of the lower lip. Fine. In order to change the f sound into a v sound, you have to add the voice. So this is where your voice is made. And if you put 3 fingers over this area, and if you say f, you can't feel anything here. But if you say v, you can feel the vibrating of your vocal cords just on the tips of your fingers here. So let's try that again. Without the voices, f, and with the voice is v. This means if you can do the f sound, which is present in a lot of languages, then you can definitely do the v sound. You just have to learn how to switch the voice on. An exercise that you can do at home is like this. You take one breath, and once you get comfortable with that, you can do an exercise where you switch backwards and forwards between those two sounds. And you can see that I didn't change the mouth position that I used, I just changed whether my voice was on or off. So one potential problem is that sometimes people try to make the v sound with the teeth too far outside the mouth. So they are biting the bottom lip somewhere further outside like this. Now, although it does give a sound which is pretty much the correct sound, you can see that it takes more effort to get your teeth all the way out here. And so this is really going to slow you down when you want to speak, and it's going to make it more difficult for you to get an accurate sound. So I would recommend that you try to keep the teeth inside the lip here. The other thing I sometimes see people do is that they will press the teeth really hard into the bottom lip, like this. Again, this makes your life quite difficult, and it's not going to help you make an accurate sound when you're speaking fast. You can hear that the sound is quite choked sounding, and also it sounds like there are bits of saliva sort of coming out, so it makes a very spitty kind of sound. So if you feel as though you are having to use too much pressure or having to use too much force to get the air out, then it might just be that you shouldn't be pressing down with the teeth so much. So let's now try some minimal pairs. Repeat after me. Ban, van, bet, vet, best, vest, berry, very, bowel, vowel. When you're learning any language, a very useful word is verb. So just be careful with this one. It has the v at the beginning and the b at the end. Because it's at the end, the b is actually quite quiet and it comes out a little bit like a p. One last thing to mention is that a lot of students say that they have difficulty or more difficulty doing the v sound at the end of the word compared with at the beginning or the middle of the word. And so do we. So the thing is that it doesn't matter if you're a native speaker, you will still actually find it more difficult to do a full v sound at the end of a word. I'll give you an example. If we take the word love, if I try to do a very strong v at the end, it sounds like this. Love. And it's actually quite difficult for me. I have to think about it and it takes a lot of effort. So in reality, if I'm going to say a word that ends in a v sound, because it's at the end of the word, you're sort of running out of breath. And so the v sound sort of fades away more into a f sound, which, as you remember, is the partner of the v sound. It just doesn't use the voice. Listen again. Love. Compare that to love, which is a little bit too strong. Let's practice a few words together which have this sort of ending. Repeat after me. Give, have, live, love, 5, alive. I hope that was useful for you. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Bye.